as we know, KNCNA has played important and tremendous role in the leading Kurdish question in the United States. We have to always remember that and appreciate that and support these people and this board. Let me just go back to my memory. I remember my childhood when I was at Afrin district in Western Kurdistan. We couldn't speak our own language, we couldn't express our cultural things. I remember my grandmother, grandfather, we had a radio, and we used to move all around the room to get the voice from Irani Kurdistan or from Iraqi Kurdistan, so to get kind of Kurdish sympathy, what it is going in all this part. So today for me it is really a dream to be here from Irani Kurdistan, from Iraqi Kurdistan, from Turkey Kurdistan. That is a dream, and I think for you it is a dream if you compare with the long time ago. So we have to be really optimistic, and I believe our dream, it will come true, and one day, if not as our kids, they will be standing together and living on one country, which is called Kurdistan. Let me please give you a few points in specific, maybe about the Syrian uprising and the future of the Kurds in Syria. While some people may say that the Syrian uprising began in March 2011, it is better to consider it is origin in 2004 Kurdish uprising, when more than 30 Kurds were killed, hundreds injured, and thousands arrested and displaced as the result of security brutality. Kurds responded with a large demonstration. Marchers quickly spread to the cities like Aleppo and Damascus and many other cities. At this time, the Arab opposition showed no sympathy toward the suffering of the Kurds. The regime was allowed to blame Kurds on the ground of being separatist without any reaction from the Arab opposition. I believe that this year's uprising is an extension of the peaceful demonstrations that took place in the Syrian Kurdistan region in 2004. Kurds have participated actively in the 2011 revolution in solidarity with the Arab protesters. However, many voices today still claim that Kurds are not participating in the revolution. International media has played a negative role in reproducing this inaccuracy. For example, Michael Kennedy article in the New York Times suggests Kurds are passive and on the sideline of the revolution. A recent publication by Thomas Maggie in the Guardian newspaper has highlighted the true extent of the Kurdish participation in a daily demonstration. While it is clear that the Syrian regime has tried not to provoke a major reaction from the Kurds, it is important that we all recognize that Kurds have long played a role in the revolution. This will assist in ongoing negotiation between Kurds and other elements of the Syrian opposition. Now, after many months of peaceful demonstrations, some sections of the opposition have become armed against the regime. This was unfortunate, as it gives the regime an excuse to greater violence in response. We do not believe that arming the revolution will be in the interest or in the benefit of the Syrian people. Currently, the Kurds are facing two main challenges. The first is Syrian regime, and the second is the Arab opposition, particularly the Syrian National Council, mostly dominated by Muslim Brotherhood. The regime has always been opposed to Kurds, yet now the Syrian National Council also refused to recognize Kurdish participation within the revolution and exclude their interest in the political process. This, unfortunately, is dividing and weakening the opposition towards the benefit of the current Syrian regime. I would like to present a constructive criticism of the Kurdish National Council. They need to clarify their vision and agenda and to negotiate about this better with other part of the Syrian opposition. It is important that one singular Kurdish platform exists in order to deliver a clear message of Kurdish demands and to avoid tension within the Kurdish political opposition. It is important to go beyond the differences of personalities that characterize many of the Kurdish political parties and to find the appropriately skilled individual for the task ahead of us. It is necessary to clarify that is understood by terms including in the Kurdish claim, specifically the right to self-determination, and it is possible interpretation. Dialogue must not be restricted to the Syrian National Council alone. It must also engage actively with the more secular and liberal component of the opposition. The Kurds can play a vital role in the Syrian revolution if given the chance. Indeed, a recent report has described Syria's Kurds as a decisive minority. I would like to stress that the Kurds need to written acknowledgement of their claims by other sections of the opposition. Spoken promises are not enough. Neither is it enough to say this will be discussed later. A written promises is required now, and this will be further strengthen the opposition and weaken the regime. Those who are standing against the right of the Kurds are obstructing the revolution in achieving its goal of freeing Syria from Bashar al-Assad's dictatorship. We need to end the era of daily killing and injustice and begin the transition towards a better future. The future of the Kurds in Syria is linked to the establishment of a democratic and pluralist system which will respect human rights, the rule of the law, and separation of the legislative and executive and judicial power. The new constitution must secure the right of all Syrians and will guarantee an independent judiciary. These are the values that the Syrian people have demanded, and we must now respect them and ensure that they are incorporated in the new Republic of Free Syria. The Kurds of Syria have demanded this same value, which, if applied properly, will also ensure their own national right. At the same time, all the Syrians must respect the diversity of the Syrian people, which is multicultural, multi-religious, and multinational. Thank you very much. And I would like also to say it is great to have friends, not only